Well, I couldn't stop playing. We're out here in the middle of the night. We've chopped the board down, lined up where we wanted it, covered it, wet it and covered it with Gorilla Glue, because we're into monkey business. But yeah, that should secure it. As you can see, the Gorilla Glue's already started foaming up the way it does. That'll expand and fill any gaps in there and totally secure that down. I was worried about the grime, so I gave it a good sanding underneath just to make sure it takes. I've noticed under here it's touching the exhaust, so we might be able to make some kind of shield for that. Maybe even a couple of screws through some washers under the board just to take the heat. We've re-chopped fuel line to fit. It's all done. Ratchet straps, the ratchet straps only there just to keep it secured till the Gorilla Glue does its job. Yeah, everything's done and fitted. At some point I'll probably take off all this, chop the pole about here, drill a hole in it, chop this red stuff, refit it back on, fit the end back on, secure it, so it's probably only going to be about this size. It shouldn't be too bad. But we've done good on the modification. Still gutted about the non-inflatable wheel. But we'll make it run. We'll get our money's worth out of it. It was free, man! So yeah, we're doing good. Got the accelerator on a lever, we've got the brake on a lever, got everything tidied away. Down here we pulled off a chain tensioner, it's over here, it's there, but we will fit it down inside here, probably, if we need it, we might not. So we've got a clutch bell coming we need to fit, the coils coming, we'll swap that over, we'll just stick the coil from this one down on the third engine. New gaskets are coming, so fitting the new exhaust that we're getting on this one won't be such a problem, because I stole the gasket to put on this. But it's set up and it's going to probably be quite loud, be pretty funny though. So I think for this bit here we're probably going to end up just undoing the bolt from the side, raising it just a few mil and welding it into place. We might even be able to get the tank to, like it's sitting like this, we might even be able to get it to straighten off a little bit, which will only help us with the fuel, because the petcock on the other side's right in the middle. So the fuel's going to have to be constantly 3/4 full at least, which is not ideal. Want it to be flat so all the fuel wants to empty and we get the use of the whole petrol tank. So raising it up a few mil will be able to get us to level it back off again. That's the plan anyway. So we will fix this, put on a new coil, put on a new clutch bell, new petrol tank lid, fill it up, be good to go. We've got a few things laying about. I wouldn't have minded getting that onto it, but this opening's exactly the same size as the bit that goes on, so unless I build an extra piece to go on to extend, it's just going to make it too big. So next time you see this, which will be in this video, will be when we've got the rest of the parts arrived. And then we can set to finalising it, getting it running, tune it to the best of our ability. So, catch up with you in a minute. Oh well, Posty just stopped by, gave me this. It's all metal. Like, this is thin metal, but this is thick cast metal. It's quite funky looking. Now one thing I did notice was this part doesn't look the right size. So I came in, and I measured, and look at that, it's nowhere near the same size. In fact, the big fatty pipe that I chopped up, this is about the same size as it in width. The bit I chopped out of it was huge. What is it? It is here. Look at the width of that. That's the bit I chopped out. Massive compared to this one. So without even trying this, I've got high hopes for it because it's pretty much the same as that. But all the whole pipe's smaller, and I've lost my other gasket, so I'll not fit it just now. I'll slot it through into the bike. I'll show you that in a minute. I'll slot it through into the bike because I have no gasket to actually fit it. But plus side was, they did actually give me some fixing bolts. So I'm not complaining that new Chinese bolts, these things tend to strip out. Not so much the threads seem to be fine, it's the heads. The heads with the Allen key just strips out. So I need to find a way of making another clamp because this was the size of the other exhaust. And there's no way it's going around there. So I'll see what I can do. Right, well, it's not going to work. I tried straightening this out to wrap it around, it's not even meeting in the middle, so it's not going to do. So, can you remember, we got some of this stuff here. So I will just match the size, make it a little bit longer, make my own one. 2 seconds. Right, so done. The magic of TV. You have 2 holes in the clamp. Simples. Now let's get it on the bike. If you ask me, that looks wicked. But yeah, last night we come out, we gorilla glued the tank. Oh, yeah, that is definitely on. I advise anybody to use gorilla glue on their petrol tank. That's sweet. That proper stuck down, like, ain't no complaints. If you've never heard of it, never seen it or never used it, it's gorilla glue. You just give not wet the surface, but you just dampen the surface, give it a wipe with something wet, that helps activate the glue. The glue starts to turn into this crazy foam. And last night I touched it while it was still sticky and took about an hour and a half to get it off my hands. So petrol tank is on, we are just waiting for a lid. Clutch bell should be here, might even be here tomorrow, but probably won't be here till about Monday, Tuesday-ish. But sweet! Onwards and upwards. Right, so that one's done for just now. We're just waiting on the inner tube for this one, and we'll get it all back together and that'll be complete. This one here, I've just ripped the clutch bell off it because, as you can see, all the teeth on the pinion are totally smashed but one. So I could have just got another pinion, but the pinion was going to cost £3.50 and take a month to get here, so I just paid the, I'm not sure how much it was, I think it was something like £8–9 for another one of these. So it was like tipping them for coming early. So we're just waiting, so we've got the screws waiting there. As soon as it comes, both that's on, chains on. That's it really, we're just waiting on the lid for the top. And I've taken the coil off this one and just shoved it onto the third engine, because we'll be getting the new coil anyway and it'll just go straight on, so that's why the pull cord's off. So yeah, we're just waiting on the parts coming, and it's just slap on, bolts in, petrol it. Petrol's already sitting waiting in the tub. Hoorah! So yeah, this isn't fully on. As you can see, we are waiting for the gasket that comes in here, but we do have the 2 fixing bolts, so it's all good. Right, I'll leave it for just now. It's almost time to rock and roll.